play some games while we still can and have a good old time. So the first game we're going to be playing is 502 Arcade. This one has been lovingly brought to you by the Indie Game Collective and the developer who provided this game key free of charge. And let's just get it to your faces for extra special time. So let's take a look at some 502 Arcade. This one is kind of a cool idea because it's a big collection of different like experimental and fun little games. So if you're really into like arcade type gameplay and want variety, 502's Arcade is like definitely there for you. They have achievements, leaderboards, all that kind of stuff. We're going to take a look at maybe 2 of the games tonight. And yeah, we're going to take a look at 2 of the games tonight. The demo that we played was Ghost Hunter Hana and Potions Panic. So I'm going to say we're going to play tonight High Sea Survivor and Mighty Strike Team, because I haven't played those yet. So we're going to start with this one. This is Mighty Sea Survivor. Let's take a look and see what this one's about. They're all like really simple games to get into, and I think that's what the charm of 502 is about. So our instructions: keep treasure chests on board and prevent them from being stolen. Defeat enemies to obtain coins and buy upgrades. Got it. Some movement requires stamina, and the adventure ends when you run out of treasures or are defeated. So we got a throw on B, we got a double tap for run, our flying kick, because you need a flying kick, and our special. Okay, it's so B, Y, punch, jump. Got it. Let's go for it. Oh, it shows the instructions again. I love arcade games. I grew up during a time where I grew up during a time with penny arcades and quarter machines and stuff, and I used to go to the arcade a lot. And my favorite thing was just to play at arcade games, play arcade games. I'd go get a stack of coins, nickels and dimes and stuff like that, hit up the arcade and just sit there playing pinball, different arcade games. My favorite was Ninja Turtles and Rampage, and we would just hang out and play games all day, and it was just such a good time. So having games that kind of mimic that experience is so fun. No, get back. Oh shit, too big of a throw. We still got 2 specials. This one's cute. So the goal here is just to keep these creatures from eating our treasure. I like that. Let's go with what looks like Fire Punch. So we're going with the Hadouken. Oh, they got him too. Yeah, my favorite thing growing up was just playing arcade games. I played a lot of pinball when I would go, but man, did I spent so much money on those machines. Did we die? I think we died. Let's do it again. Okay, we do have health. Hey! Hands off, crab! Leave my money alone. This is my treasure. I like experimental things like this. I feel like developers should do this more. More strength. Like I appreciate like probably how challenging it is to develop so many like a variety of games, but it's so cool. We got it. More time and throw skeleton head. I kind of like this. Let's just make ourselves stronger. I don't want to use my specials quite yet. Oh. And I'm able to do this with a hurt hand. That's... By the way, I'm fully healed. Well, not fully. I had to spend so much time in the urgent care just sitting there. Only for the doctor to kind of just like look at my hand and be like, you'll be fine. I'm just like, really? I could see my bone. And she didn't seem to care. So I was like, okay. But the nurse there, he was like a sweetheart. Absolutely the sweetest person ever. And was making sure I was being taken care of. But like he checked out my hand too and was like, it's fine. You'll be all right. And I'm just freaking out because it's like I've never seen my bones before. Sometimes I question, do I have bones? Now I know. Now I know the fact that I in fact do. I almost fainted, maybe thrice, when I was at home. I probably didn't need to go to urgent care. I just needed a really good bandage, but it got done. It got done. What is the bird? We're going with the bird. And this? No, not enough money. Oh, is the bird help me? Oh shoot, there's a boss. I wasn't expecting bosses. Oh no. Oh no. I almost died. I almost died. It was a pretty concerning thing. Wait, super glue? Yeah, I'm glad I'm okay too. But how he super glued his... Well, you know what's funny is super glue used to be a military thing. At least I remember my dad explaining this to me, that super glue was used to close wounds on the field during combat, or like a type of super glue. I don't know if it's the type that you can get off the shelf. Does that kind of make sense? Oh, we can't get more than 10 health. I just wasted money. Also, having a military dad is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because my dad was anti-war, but he was in the military. But what was funny... Oh! Okay, so you had a military dad too. Yeah, military dads are weird. They do weird stuff. Like, I come from a military family. But my military family were all like anti-war. They joined the military for different reasons. And it had nothing to do with like serving. It was always for one thing or the other. For my dad, it was about drugs. He was trying to get clean. But all my family members worked as military medics. And that was like that was the key component of my childhood. Was my grandfather was a medic, a field medic in the Korean War. He was a part of a MASH unit. It's one of the reasons I love the show MASH so much. And my dad was a part of the Vietnam War, where he was also a field medic. So, but he wasn't in Vietnam. He was stateside for psych wards. The rituals. We're all military dads here. Like, again, military dads could be really great, but also really weird experiences. Like when we would get splinters or cuts and stuff, my dad would heat up a pocket knife, and not like a kid's pocket knife or one that you get from like Cub Scouts, but like a scary looking knife, heat it up with a lighter until it was like bright red, and would cauterize wounds with it, or cut out splinters and stuff. And it always worked out. It was just like terrifying. And he would always tell stories about like, yeah, this is how you would dig out bullets and stuff. And it's like, no, none of this. Oh, your dad got drafted for Vietnam? I mean, maybe like, well, my dad worked when he was in Vietnam. He never actually went to Vietnam. He wasn't drafted. He was my dad was a hippie, so he was like taking a lot of drugs before, like when my parents were married, like together. He was taking a lot of drugs at the time, and he wanted to get clean, so he joined the military himself. And when you join, you kind of get to choose what you're gonna do. And he followed in his dad's footsteps and joined the medical corps, or the medic corps. And he became POW recovery. So one of my dad's jobs was to retrieve take the soldiers coming out of POW camps and treating them, particularly for psychiatric. My grandfather was a part of a MASH unit, and I think his highest reward for thing was a Bronze Star. Oh my gosh. Redbeard here is just wrecking our day. Yeah, I tried to join the army when I was getting out of high school, and my grandfather was the first person to tell me absolutely not. And he was actually proud of what he was doing, what he did in Vietnam or in Korea. And he was just like, you're absolutely not going to join the military. And I trusted my grandpa's opinion on that. And probably for the best, because soon after I would have joined, the Iraq War started. So it was probably for the best. I don't think I would have made it. I know for a fact. So instead of instead of joining the Iraq War, I became a protester of the Iraq War and would go to many of a protest and get paper and get sprayed of stuff and yelled at for not being a true American. Crap, you took my prize! I would love to see a health bar on this guy. I want to know how well we're doing. No, dear. All right, one more shot. One more shot. I really want to get past this guy. All I wanted to do is be a helicopter pilot. And it sucks too because I did the test and I qualified. Like, I scored for it. I would have been fine. It's just, you know, at the time I thought there was peace going on, but oh, little did I know. Little did I know. Like, I graduated, I left high school before 9/11 happened and all that stuff. So at the time, Desert Storm was in the head tail lights, and we all thought everything was gonna be fine. Ooh, what's this? Oh, another treasure chest. Plus, I'm way too. The way my brain works, I don't think I can handle that stress. Oh, I mean, could have. Like, my plan was to do it for college, to get on the GI Bill, because of the GI Bill, and for the healthcare stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, it would be a good idea. I scored really well. I could get in the Air Force or in the Navy and be a helicopter pilot, because I was like really into helicopters. And my grandpa would always talk about how like the helicopters would fly in to the MASH unit and pull people out and stuff and bring them in and bring them out. And I'm like, oh, I could do that too. That'd be really fun. Well, not fun, but it's something I'd be proud of doing, is helping people. And yeah, then my grandpa's like, hey, no, you're not joining the army. And next thing you know it, shit's happening. And I probably made a good decision. I know for a fact I made a good decision. I'll never disparage anybody who joined the army or liked it or whatever. It's just not for me. And the way my family served throughout my lifetime and stuff, it was one of those things. It's just our country has given up on veterans so terribly that I can't be a part of that. Heal me, baby. Oh, I'm glad your brother didn't go in too. Like, I graduated high school in 2001. So I would have been going into the army in 2001. Just before certain something happened. Instead, I was working as a tailor. the noble profession of being a tailor. Yeah, give that. Oh, I'm gonna miss doing this. This is the stupid stuff I miss. join. No, that's so much cooler. That's so cool. Join a heavy metal band. Well, it's funny because people are always like, oh, autistic people they're really into trains. I was never into trains. I was into helicopters. Holy shit, I was into helicopters. Still love helicopters. I would build model helicopters constantly. My ceiling, I'd hang him up with fishing wire, and I'd just have fields of helicopters. And yeah, my dream was to fly them, and kind of glad I didn't do that. But getting into a heavy metal band instead, much cooler. Like, I got into instead of going into the military, I got into politics and getting into being an activist and deciding, like, these are the things I care about. These are the things I'm going to start fighting about. And I don't talk about my activism and stuff on this stream or in my content because I try to keep my personal stuff a little bit away from it. But yeah, I was a part of some anti-war stuff during the Iraq War, particularly for my college that I was at. Holy bananas, this guy won't leave us alone. I kind of miss those days. I miss being youthful and being able to do stuff. I miss being able to take a pepper spray to the face. Never had that happen to me, but there was a time where I think I could have handled it. Well, I was able to handle that kind of stuff, but now I'm too old. I have kids. Kids and being old kind of make a lot of things a little harder. When my kids get older, I'll probably start getting back into my my down with the man kind of behavior again. And right now the developer will be watching this video and being like, what the hell is this conversation? It has nothing to do about my amazing game, which this game is really fun. I gotta say it. It's definitely up there. I think I'm gonna be playing this more often on my free time. My free time is going to be a mix of actually having a little bit of free time and working on Zero Game and these other projects that I've been working on. So behind the scenes, I've been working on a few other shows for my YouTube channel. And I've been really excited about them, and I'm a little nervous, but we're going to probably move up the time frame for them because we're losing the stream. I'm a little nervous moving up the time frame because I feel like maybe I should wait. What's the barrel? Oh, it makes sure to clear the spot. So I have a few shows that I've been working on that kind of work alongside Zero Game, and hopefully we'll be able to see those happening really, really soon. Let's get this. Alright, it's bad enough you have to fight this guy. But you have to do it while people are also trying to steal your treasure. Alright, we're gonna go in bananas. Or maybe not bananas. Come on. I'm kind of waiting for these things to get spawned. Oops. Oh, no, crap. We got it. All those years of roguelike playing. No! All right. Okay, well, that was High Sea Survivor. I really like that one. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. It's very simple. Let's go one more time. One more time. Ow, my finger. So, I have the cut on my finger. But then today, I was washing my oldest's hair. Because they're a special snowflake and they're very they need somebody to wash their hair for them. I don't care. Like, it's bonding time. We talk about music and I sing stupid songs to them as I'm washing their hair. But after washing their hair, I go to turn off the water. Oh, I want that. I go to turn off the water and I turn the knob and it screwed up my carpal tunnel like something crazy. So now my fingers are just steam if I move them in the wrong way. So I'm glad we're not doing keyboard and mouse games tonight because I don't think I would have been able to do that. Controller I could do. Main reason I'm an advocate for control, like PlayStation and Xbox controllers for video games on PC, because I suffer a lot of like carpal tunnel and like muscle problems and joint problems, and controllers I find just so much gentler on your hands. Let's grab that. Let's get more coin. We're good. We're doing good. So yeah, I screwed up my hand doing my kid's hair. It's fine. I don't blame them. They didn't do it. It was the water knob. What is that? All right, we're gonna grab this, put it right there. I wish the barrel and the cannon were less just like, oh, it's gonna do it, and more waits until proximity. That'd be the only thing I'd change right now. Is those power-ups they don't seem as nice as something like if they worked more proximity instead of just random. Leave my cannon alone! Come on. Ah, no! Come on here, dude. Am I pressing the right button? I feel like that's X. Got it. Oh. And we're out of charges. Dang it. Oh, we were doing so good. I kind of want to do one more shot. Oh my gosh. Paper bags can be really dangerous. Anything under your nail is awful. Are you okay? Because that sucks. And the paper bag was probably lying in wait. It was just waiting for you. I really want this bird. It's when you let your guard down. At any time, if you let your guard down, it's gonna get you. Paper bag, other stuff. It'll get you. Come on. The me getting cut, the problem with the me getting cut was mostly the bummer thing is I got cut because of something that I had nothing to do with. I didn't want to open the paint jar. I was asked to do it. Now I do get to like bring it up and be like, oh, if I didn't have to open that paint bucket for you to my partner, I would never have got injured. But you could only use that for so long. Oh no, paper cuts, especially under your nail, that's worthy of like crying. That would get me sobbing. I hate it. I hate any of that. Paper cuts are painful, but anything under your nail is just even worse. It's like the most sensitive place you could get a paper cut. Or like a splinter. Oh gosh. I just gave myself the shivers. I guess it's heal. Well, I am glad you're better now. Yeah, that's nothing to casually be like, oh, it's nothing. Paper cuts would work. Splinters are pretty bad. For me, splinters are even worse than paper cuts. For the fact that my sensory issues cannot deal. Because then it creates like this rough spot on your skin where the splinter is hiding. And oh my gosh, I can't. I already don't like my skin. But having that now under it drives me crazy. Why isn't this dude dying? Okay, that's it for that. I kind of wish there was a health bar for him so we knew where we were going with it, but I don't think so anymore. All right, let's try the second game, Mighty Strike Team. Give it a few plays and see where it brings us. Our objective: defeat as many enemies as we can, but capsules to obtain more powerful weapons. We got shoot and jump. Shoot and jump. Got it. We're gonna play Lilith. There's different characters. So do we need to keep them from going to the juice, or... Oh, okay. It's such a neat little concept. Oh, this is so cool. So it's like an endless shooter in a way, but like very, very basic. Oh, I'm loving this. So I'm guessing like we're just doing this until we die. Oh, there's extra levels. Or did we die? No, they're different bugs. Everybody out there playing Helldivers, this is the real Helldiver. No, no, no! By the way, we would be playing Helldivers if my computer can handle it. Unfortunately, it cannot. I was looking forward to fighting for democracy. Oh my gosh, this game. Oh, we got a double jump. So when you get hurt, you lose your gun. No. Very Mega Man at the end. Okay, cool. Let's retry this. I want to go to tile screen. You got one from a thick paper. Oh gosh, yeah. Let's play the alien. Oh, that one's cute. I love how the conversations have now devolved into, let's talk about our paper cuts. What gives the worst paper cuts? I agree. Thick folders are some of the worst. My all-time hated paper cut is honestly the, you know those plastic report folders? Like you put book reports in them and stuff like that, and they're plastic. They have the little like spine that you slide on it. Those always, I've gotten paper cuts from those, and technically not paper, but geez, those hurt. We're gonna sit here. This is like camping. Oh no. Oh yeah, the plastic edges are definitely sharp. I had to warn my oldest kid of the dangers of the plastic folders, because we started doing research papers and book reports and stuff, and they are now learning the fun and dangers of the plastic folder. which is, it's been so weird, like trying to get my kids to do book reports and stuff, to be that part of their life. Though I really, when I was a kid, I enjoyed doing book reports and research papers. I might have just been weird. And they've been enjoying it too. So it's been nice. It's the part where I have to start grading their papers. That's the worst. Like, we don't do traditional grading, but we do like have to talk about, did you achieve a particular skill, or were you able to demonstrate knowledge and all that junk. Whoa! No! We lost the rocket launcher. Your mom did detailed astrological reports? Wait, like astrology? I think I remember you telling me about this. Ah! For democracy! Okay, that's kind of cool. Like, my parents were hippie crafters, so, or country folk artists. So, like, we'd always be crafting and making stuff. And they ran kind of like a child labor camp. but like, it was fun. Oh, your mom was a hippie grifter? I mean, that's pretty sweet. Kind of. Unless if it was bad, then I'll retract that. Did she do ghost readings or seances? Like, I kind of understand it because, oh, tea leaves. I was when I was in high school, I was like hooked up with a lot of witches. I myself was not a witch. Like, I never viewed myself as a part of the witch group, but that's who I used to hang out with. It was a lot of the gals who would let me hang out and like be around them and stuff. They were very open-minded and didn't treat me like shit. So I used to hang out with a lot of the witches. And when you hang out with them, you kind of just learn all the skills. So I became the resident like fortune card reader, not fortune card, tarot card reader and dream analysis. I used to do dream analysis. I had my little dream book and everything. Oh yeah, it's all a grip. Like, I learned pretty early how to read people. I feel like that was the best skill. When I did tarot cards and dream analysis, like, the skill I developed was reading the person. And just the way you talk to people. But I stopped in high school, so I didn't go much farther than that. Oh, does she still do it? I love tarot cards. Like I collect tarot decks. So for me, tarot deck is a totally cool game. My favorites were Oracle decks. They're a little more simpler. But did you know that tarot cards are actually a card game? There's an actual card game you could play with them. Like, I can't remember all the rules, but it's kind of like poker or spades or something. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a modern version of it. But you would use tarot cards, and all they are is like a basic deck of cards with a few extras, and the suits are the different things like swords, coins, and so on. Oh, she did. That's probably for the best. My sister was like really into witchcraft and stuff, and she would sell services for a long while. I mean, that's cool. Is it stuff that you're into too? Because I can see how you, if it was like a negative thing around the house, you wouldn't want to be a part of it. I fortunately didn't have much negative experience with the witchcraft and stuff. All right, Desert. What buggies do you got for me now? Oh, man, now I want to get back to thinking about it. I haven't bought a new tarot deck in so long. My favorite thing is kickstarting tarot decks. I might have to hit Kickstarter up tonight before I go to bed. Let's see if there's anything new on there. My most recent tarot deck is so awesome. It's a cyberpunk tarot deck from Weird Ways. Love it so much. Kickstarter, you can find some of the best decks on Kickstarter. Oh, that's cool. Like, I fortunately just grew up in the way my family introduced us to the stuff we were doing. It was all pretty positive, and in a healthy way was adapted to the family life outside of the child labor. And that's more just a family joke. So I never had a problem with it. And I'm still consider myself a folk artist. I picked up a lot of skills from my parents that way. I just wish I was able to make a career out of the stuff I learned. Like, my parents did a good job. It's just at the time we were struggling, and art doesn't make enough money, so the family business kind of faded out. That was the time. There was a time in my life where we were. I was not in a poor family. I was not the poor kid in the school. I had brand new clothes. We knew what was going to be for dinner. My parents ran a folk art shop because folk art at the time was like really popular, and the shop was doing really well. But then one of my relatives was a heavy drug user, and my family always was like the family that helps everybody. Again, we were hippies, so they were like, oh well, we got to help family. And this extended family's drug abuse kind of consumed everything that we had, because we poured so much into trying to get them clean. They got clean and we lost everything. I guess I learned a lot from it, but it sucked as a kid. Yeah, my relationship with witches was always positive. I was like treated like the witch group, like a part of the family in the coven, but I never viewed myself as one, because I knew what the deal was. And it's like when you learn the magician trick, when you know the deal, it's not as fun to be a part of it. Now, that being said, I will never cross a witch. They have a way. I will never cross them. I will always be friends with witches. Hey, you're a part of a witch family then. You're a baby coven. Oh my gosh, this worm is getting busy. So as long as we're holding a weapon, we could stay alive. Woo! I mean, it sounds like you come from a long line of witches. What's your view of Sabrina, the teenage witch? Did you have an Aunt Zelda? By the way, that was one of my favorite shows growing up too. I had the biggest love affair of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Not the character, just the life that the witch that Sabrina was living. I wish my family had magic powers. Oh, they weren't Wiccan? That's not like super uncommon. Not all witches were Wiccan, but I feel like not all witches were Wiccan, but all Wiccans were witches. I won't say anything about Wiccans because I spend a lot of time making jokes about Wiccans. Because my partner was one. She's not anymore, but she was a Wiccan at one time. We still have some of her ritual stuff in the house. Waiting to see if our kids are interested in any of that stuff. I'm kind of curious. Like, I'm excited. The one thing I like about the idea of kids is seeing what kind of stuff they get up to. Because my oldest is old enough that is just about old enough to start getting into being Wiccan and witchcraft and all that stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. Got it. Oh. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Okay, rocket launcher, decent. I gotta say, this is probably my favorite game of the two that we've played so far. It's like bullet hell meets evil platformer. Oh, jeez. Yeah, man. All right, the secret is always be getting a weapon. If you can get a weapon, you essentially have an extra life. Gotta be careful with the worms. Oh dear. Okay, I think we're good. All right, let's see. I think our last play was our best performance. We'll see how well we do here. Jeez. Take this, bugs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no. Yeah, hands down, this is probably my favorite game so far of the collection that you're offered. The pirate one was a lot of fun though. It's really tough to say, but this one just it's like everything I like about challenging bullet hell games. It's got the scratch that gets the itch. And it tells you how much health the boss has, which very helpful. Looking at you, pirate game. All right, let's see if we can do this with one life. All we have to do is make sure we have a gun on us. So far, so good. Oh no! I don't mind that. Shoot! Oh! Good golly, Miss Molly! Saved! Saved by our skills? Or just like pure luck? Alright, where we got? The mines? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, no! Ah, that was a fun one too. Alright guys, so that is a 502 arcade. There is 4 games in total. The ones that we didn't look at is Ghost Hunter Hana and Potions Panic. We actually played these two for a demo playthrough that we did, I think, last year. Tonight we played High Seas Survivor and Mighty Strike Team. Out of the two, and probably if I remember back to the other 2 games, out of them all, I feel like Mighty Strike Team is my favorite. High Seas Survivor is really good too, and Ghost Hunter Hana is another one of my favorites. But I would say Strike Team is probably my all-time favorite. Potion Panic, it's very like it's Tetris meets Bubble Pop. Very Bubble Pop game. Definitely fun to play, and if you like Bubble Pop and stuff, but it's essentially that. I'm kind of going back to memory. Ghost Hunter Hana was just your adventure kind of roguelite, and High Seas was really fun arcade. These two felt more like arcade than the other two, if I remember correctly. So that is 502. Give the developer some love, add their game to your wish list, and hopefully you'll have some fun with it too. I think their demos are still up, so if you want to give them a shot, give those 2 first games a shot. Definitely that's the way you're going to be able to do it.